of us according to his judgment, there would be not a soul sitting right here in this place or anywhere in this world right now. But we are here now because his mercy endureth forever. Oh, I thank God, and I thank him because his mercy does endure it forever. I thank him for his grace, and I sure thank him for his mercy. He tells us that I called upon the Lord in distress. The psalmist says, the Lord answered me and set me in a large place. Then if I were to just put that in my own words, I would say, I called on the Lord under stress. You ever been under stress, did not know what to do as a child of God? Well, I'm here to tell you, call on the Lord. Because just about everybody today is stressed out over something. People are just stressed because of what's going on. And what's going on has added to the stress that they already had. People are looking at their lives in an if situation. If is conditional. They don't know what's going to happen now. This thing that's come upon us has caused businesses to actually shut down after they closed. So they don't know what they're going to do. That's the if. People don't know where the next dollar coming from because they don't have a job. And we all know that that thing you apply, what is that you apply for when you don't have your job? Unemployment. The government is being sifted with so much finance right now. Unemployment is paying out. They claim they allotted over $1 trillion. The stimulus checks, the extra money they're giving you on unemployment, and the extra money they're giving you with the stimulus because of how many children that you may have. So folks are being stressed about their finances, about their jobs. They're being stressed in their homes because now that folks are staying home, they're realizing how much they can get along with one another. Now that the children can't go to school, now you got to stay home and the school can't be a babysitter no more. You got to take care of your own child. The teacher can't teach them anymore in a one-on-one situation for the most part. They got the internet, of course, and then maybe you can reach a teacher if they allow you to have their number to talk to them to help you out. But for the most part, the parent now has to be the teacher. And because they've never done it, they can't do it now. They're stressed at home. Even when they come to church, where folks are supposed to enjoy Jesus and something or someone at some time running. And you run into folks and they cause you to be under stress. But this is a place where you're supposed to have deliverance. This is a place where the joy and the peace is supposed to be compounded. This is where you come to get a fill up. Amen? When you're not, because most folk ain't filling up at home. And you need this fill up here. But yet you run into somebody and they cause you to be on, I didn't say make you, to be stressed even more. But he said, in my distress, I called upon the Lord. He felt like he was hemmed up. He felt like he was hemmed in. He was between a rock and a hard place. And I know we've been there before, amen? If you haven't, just keep living. You understand, like when you feel hemmed up when you can't pay your bills. And right now, I know a whole lot of folks are feeling hemmed up, thinking about where the next car note gonna come from. $1,200 ain't a whole lot of money. Don't care how happy you are to get it. Because when you add up $850 mortgage or rent, $900 rent, some $1,200 rents, and then a $350 car note, $100, $200, $300 in groceries, $1,200 needs some help. And trying to keep the lights on in your house, $1,200 ain't a whole lot of money. And a whole lot of folk getting that check and throwing it straight up in the air. Now they're going to be in more stress. You can't pay your bills. The ones you thought was your friends on the outside, they done turned against you. Sickness on one side. I want you just to be thinking. These are Selah moments. Trying to help other people on the other side and just feeling so closed in till you was just under all kind of stress. Children acting a fool. Husband acting a fool. Wife acting a fool. Car done broke down. And we in a dispensation of time where money is getting harder and harder to reach. I heard about there are some businesses that's done stressed and they've closed during this dispensation of time because they couldn't take the stress of being shut down during this time. They needed people to come in and spend money in their businesses. I heard a guy on the news say they opened up this and that, but they didn't open up what I'm doing. And I got a family, I got to feed, I got bills I got to pay. He was stressed. And I believe if he don't learn something different, he's going to stay stressed. And that's something different is that he needs to know how to call on the Lord. See, the saints of God got to remember, no matter what happened, no matter what circumstance, no matter what situation, no matter what comes upon your life, you always got to remember God has given us a promise. So the victory is on the Lord's side because the Lord's side never fails. Never fails. I didn't say like most folk, ain't failed yet. No, it never fails. God ain't failed me yet. Well, you must be looking for something. I don't say God's never failed me yet. I say God has never failed and never will fail because God can't fail. Amen? But he said when I called on the Lord, he put me into a large place. In other words, God pushed away the walls that were closing in on him. Let me tell you something. When you call on the Lord, it does not matter what kind of stress you are under. God will push away the walls that are pushing in on you. So if the walls are pushing in on you, call on the Lord and the walls will be pushed away. Because victory is on the side of the Lord. I'm trying to take my time. I want the saints ain't got it. They ain't got it in all the years they've been going to church. And this dispensation of time tells it. They haven't got it. That's why they running faster than the world from this. When we ought to be praying for us and the world. But they got what's on their mind, staying in front of the TV, radio, listening to all this, trusting in man to take care of them now instead of trusting in God, because God made us a promise that he shall supply all of our needs. Now, either he will or he won't. But his promise is that he will. So I'm not running with man. I'm going to stay on God's side. Man will tell you this and man will tell you that. And you'll run with him. You'll keep up with him. You'll try to be with him because you're looking for him to do what he say he's going to do. But when he run out, he can't help him and he sure can't help you. But God never runs out. He never runs out. So I'm going to be on the Lord's side. I'm going to believe what God say do. I believe God did not give a promise that he cannot keep. And when the walls begin to close in, God will push them away when I call on the Lord. He tells us the Lord is on my side. Verse 6 says, I will not fear. And the reason why he don't fear, because then he knows that the Lord is on his side. What can man do unto me as long as the Lord is on my side? Now, you got to understand something about the Lord being on your side. Okay? You have to understand that the Lord is not going to be on your side. Really, you have to be on his side. Because if your side is in conflict with his side, don't worry, don't think about it. He will never be on your side. When you can say the Lord is on my side, it's because you have lined up with the Lord. Amen? Not that he has lined up with you, but you have lined up with him. So you see, he's not going to be on your side if your side is the wrong side. But when you can say the Lord is on my side, it's because you have lined up with him, causing you to come into agreement with him. And when you are on the same side that God is on, then you can say that the next words out of your mouth, the Lord is on my side. I will not fear. My God, it doesn't matter what the odds are, because when you get on the Lord's side, are you on the same side with him? You don't have to worry. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be fearful. And you may not see your way out. Like most folks today are looking in this dispensation of time, how are we going to make it now? What we going to do? Get on the Lord's side. Because he already done saw what you trying to see. And when you get on his side, you don't have to worry. You don't have to fear. You don't have to worry about seeing your way out. But if you are on the same side God is on, victory is already yours. Even while things are raging all around you, you already have the victory because you are on the Lord's side. There are three powerful points that were mentioned in that verse. The first point that was powerful is that the Lord was on my side. And for that reason alone, I will not fear. Are we getting this? How can we say that victory, you sang a song, victory is mine, victory is mine, victory today is mine. I told Satan, you ain't told Satan nothing. You scared of Satan. You scared of your trials and tribulations. Victory ain't yours. Not until you get on the Lord's side. And number 3, he said, and then thirdly, he asked the question, what can man do unto me? People are always worrying about folks. That's what stresses you out, folks. That's why we all here together. Either folks going to make you or folks going to break you. Either they're going to cause you to come up or they're going to cause you to go down. But even in all of that, the choice is still yours. But when you know you got victory, it's when you're on the Lord's side. You're going to be well to do and get over folks. See, it's when you are able to get over folks, then victory is yours. Because without folks, you'll never know where you are. It takes folks to challenge who you are. You never know if you're going to clock out if folks don't get on your nerves. You don't never know if you're going to love somebody truly until they do something wrong to you. Surely you can love them and like them as long as they're doing what you want them to do. But as soon as they do what you don't want them to do, then can you love them then? When they mess up, can you love them then? When they stab you in the back, can you love them then? See, when